welcomed the anointed ones. They expected an angel, not realizing the scariest thing in the world is a heart that loves fiercely, yet sees all. Most people think an earth angel is all gentle smiles and unending tolerance, someone who wouldn't dare raise their voice, much less stand their ground. But here's the twist that no one ever saw coming. When an earth angel decides to show the full strength of their spirit, they can be more terrifying than any devil. Think about it. There's nothing quite as unsettling as someone who is gentle by choice, not because they're weak, but because they're strong enough to show mercy. Studies even suggest that individuals who embody empathy and intuition can be unsettling to those who live by manipulation and control. So when an earth angel finally lets their light reveal what's hidden in the shadows, it has the power to shake even the toughest skeptics to their core. If there's one truth that is certain, it's this: don't underestimate someone who can smile through chaos and still walk away without a single tear. To those who think they can push an earth angel to their limits, they might just find out that playing with fire has consequences. Let's break it down. 1. The power of a pure heart's boundaries. People tend to assume that kindness equals softness, that a person with a big heart won't ever draw a hard line. This is where they make a huge mistake. When you're an earth angel, your kindness has nothing to do with being naive or allowing people to walk all over you. Instead, your kindness is built on fierce boundaries that refuse to be crossed. Most people don't expect it. They see the open heart, but miss the strength that guards it. When someone tries to take advantage, they might be shocked to find that your kindness isn't an invitation for their disrespect. They assume you'll let things slide, that you'll let them push a little further. But the moment they test those waters, they realize that your boundaries are unbreakable. It's confusing and even terrifying for them because in a world where people think kindness is weakness, they aren't ready for someone who is both deeply compassionate and utterly unyielding. What's even more surprising for them is that you don't raise your voice or lose your temper. You set boundaries quietly, firmly, without any hint of anger or bitterness. That quiet strength leaves them speechless. They wanted access to the warmth of your spirit, but now they're faced with the unmovable strength of your convictions. This kind of power is something they can't understand, let alone handle. They wanted the nice version of you, not realizing that true kindness includes knowing when to say no without hesitation. 2. A mind that sees through illusions. An earth angel has a gift that people rarely see coming. A mind that cuts through illusions like a razor. It's a perception finely tuned to see through masks, hidden motives, and the subtle ways people try to manipulate. People may walk in with their charming smiles and smooth words, thinking they can fool you. Little do they know, nothing gets past your intuition. You see people for who they truly are, not just who they pretend to be. And that's terrifying for anyone with something to hide. When people try to deceive you, they're often used to it working. They're used to slipping by unnoticed, blending in behind their carefully crafted facades. But when they meet an earth angel, they find themselves exposed, almost as if they're under a spotlight they can't escape. This kind of clarity, the ability to look right through someone and know what they're about before they even say a word, makes them feel vulnerable, uneasy, and off balance. And here's the kicker: you don't even need to confront them. Just being around someone who sees them this clearly is enough to rattle their nerves. They may start acting defensive, uneasy, or even hostile, as if they know you've silently uncovered truths they wanted to keep buried. The irony is that they thought they'd be in control, but now you're the one who has the upper hand without ever needing to lift a finger. 3. A soul that commands respect without demanding it. An earth angel commands respect without ever needing to demand it. There's something in their presence that simply doesn't allow people to ignore them. It's not because they're loud or attention-seeking. In fact, it's the opposite. Their energy speaks for them, and that silent confidence unnerves people who are used to being chased or begged for approval. When you walk into a room with that calm assurance, people can't help but notice, even if they don't understand why. They might try to brush you off or pretend not to care, but something about your presence sticks with them. Unlike those who constantly seek validation, you radiate a natural self-assurance that says, "I know my worth, and I don't need anyone's approval to feel it." This isn't arrogance. It's simply a deep understanding of your own value, and that's what sets you apart. For those who thrive on people-pleasing, this kind of energy is hard to comprehend. They're used to people wanting their attention, bending over backward to be liked. But when they meet an earth angel, they realize that this is someone who doesn't need anything from them. You aren't waiting around for their validation or trying to win them over. Instead, your focus is on your purpose, your values, and your own journey. Even more unsettling for them is that you aren't trying to compete or prove yourself. You're just there, fully in your power, without needing to prove a single thing. And in that quiet confidence lies a strength that makes them realize you don't just exist in their world. You own your own. It's a powerful reminder that true respect is commanded, never chased. And that can be more intimidating than anything they ever expected.